James Daly.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr Dowd. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. I've known the Honourable Member for Manchester Gorton. I would consider him a friend. We speak regularly. I am disappointed that a debate on a very important subject has turned into the normal political attack on the Conservative Party. The sanctimony of an organisation that was investigated by the Human Rights Commission for prejudice and anti-Semitism, investigated to lecture this party regarding prejudice is something. So I would like to talk about the practical... I would like to talk about... Oh, sorry, I do apologise.
I appreciate people feel very passionate about this matter, but we must keep order in the chamber. James Daly.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, Mr Dowd. When I talk about prejudice, I talk about prejudice... we can talk about definitions, we can talk about all of this, but it's within ourselves. The Honourable Member for Manchester Gorton knows two people who work for me. One of them is certainly my best friend. Within it, I'm a Conservative backbench MP who doesn't see a difference in human beings because of their religion, because of their faith, because of anything. I see the decency within people, and that's what motivates me in politics. It's what motivates Shabazz, it's what motivates Khalid, and at least two members opposite know those two people who've given years of service to my area and to the community in my area. And to be tarred with what's just been said, to actually suggest that I do not, which the member for Manchester Gorton knows is not correct. I fight every day in my constituency to ensure that my Muslim constituents have the best possible representation. And when we talk about Islamophobia, what I'd like to do is actually for Labour MPs to support me in doing practical policies and support to help various bits of the various issues that affect the Muslim community. So one of them, only one of them, there's lots and lots of very important issues, but in my seat, in the seat of the Honourable Member for Bolton South and the Manchester Gorton, many of our Muslim constituents, just about every family is touched by a taxi driver who works there. Families who are absolutely dependent on the income that comes from that. So when I contact the Honourable Member for Manchester Gorton or the Member for Bolton South and ask, let's set up an APPG for taxi driving for Greater Manchester and say, no, we can't do that for political reasons. That's what I'm extremely disappointed about. We can actually put in place practical policies, of course.
Can I ask the member? Look, I've just done 10 minutes of speech outlining all different problems that Muslim community have been facing. Issue isn't that you've got two employees who are Muslim or you have friends who are Muslims. The issue is we have a government who's failing to tackle this problem, and you're a member of that government, and that's what you need to do as well.
Exactly. What the issue is that members of Parliament, like myself, my own friend for my friend for Peterborough, like my friend for Burnley, like my friend for Dewsbury, like my friend for Wickham, spend our days going out there and doing our very best to support the Muslim community in every possible way. You have just made a generalised statement trying to slur every Conservative MP with a prejudice which is not correct, of course.
I thank my honourable friend for giving way. Would he agree with me that on such a sensitive subject like this, the highly partisan nature in which the debate has been opened, if watched by our Muslim constituents, won't look like people trying to tackle anti-Muslim hatred, but actually look like like they as a community are being used as a political football for political goals?
Can I thank my right honourable friend for that point? And the reason why I could mention all sorts of policies here, whether it's involving support for the self-employed, whether it's taxi drivers or anybody else within my constituency. What I believe is I should be working with MPs, other MPs in Greater Manchester for the greater good to support all of our Muslim constituents on specific policies which can address issues which are at the heart of some of the challenges that are faced by my constituents. One of the... it is a thing which is when you represent people that you know, when you've been part of a community, when you do everything you possibly can to represent people, to be their voice in Parliament, to address the issues, what more do you expect? Prejudice is an issue that is addressed through the individual, through all of us behaving in a way where we welcome and take every opportunity to say that we value all of our communities, especially value our Muslim community. We value every single person. prejudice and racism is not addressed by a definition of this. It's defined by the individuals. It's defined by all of us coming together to join in to make sure that people aren't judged by anything other than their personality, by their goodness, by their ability to want to influence their community for the better. I can tell everybody in this room and elsewhere that my interaction with my communities is simply for that purpose. I am a politician who wants to make change, wants to ensure that people are treated in an equal fashion. This government's levelling up agenda is about equality of opportunity. Every single policy we put in place is to ensure that is the case and that people are not discriminated against on the basis of their background. Thank you.